The following contest is an 8-man tag team match scheduled for one fall.
That music can only mean one thing. Court is in session. LeRusso's court and all the gold to go with it.
How long has Mathis been champion, Joe?
Do you actually want an answer, or are we just setting up for the line? Maneuvers his charges as such, and clearly it's been effective. Premier champion, tag champions, and yeah, in their eyes, it's gonna last forever. A visual at one time we thought we'd never see, but it's hard to argue with success, and LeRusso surrounded himself with very, very successful people, and he's been the devious mind that's been behind it all.
And you know, it's really, if you think about it, Joe, it's an inspiration for life, because how close was this group to losing a member? Just how close was that to happening? And they fought back through it, they fought through the struggle, and look where
the
they're at.
referee out of the ring to save LeRusso's job.
Tomato.
And these men haven't forgotten it. Whose turf really is Premier Championship Wrestling at Turner's Hall.
Introducing first, Crummels and his partners. Atticus Cogar, Remy LaVey, and Gory. Together they are Culmination.
And we got a hell of a fight, 8-man tag team matchup. They're pairing off early. This has been escalating since the summer. Whose turf is Premier Championship Wrestling? The odds are even, 4-on-4 here tonight.
We got 8 individuals that do not like one another. Gang warfare, to say the least.
The mid-ring collision, Crummels joining at one time his arch rival, Atticus, in the culmination. Because of that common enemy, it was the main event that took out Defarge, the main event that beat Crummels and Defarge for the tag team titles. And when the culmination needed some backup, Crummels was there. When Crummels and Defarge needed backup for the main event, the culmination was there. And now, 4-way dive to the floor.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
Gannon caught Gory, but only temporarily. And Gannon into the post.
Joe, this combination of the culmination and Crummels still is a little bit odd to me. You'd have to wonder if there are still any scars that have not yet healed from the wars that we saw between the two.
Well, you got to think it was a little bit of mutual respect and a little bit of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I never thought we'd see it once upon a time, but man, LeRusso's gotten so powerful, it may have become inevitable.
You know, there's a thing about Chris LeRusso. He just craves power, something that gets him going.
Look at this, Gory and Crummels met eye to eye for a moment, realizing they're on the same side. Oh! Gannon caught Duke right in the face.
Gannon tried to plead his case right now. Don't worry, Mathis. Yeah, there you go.
And Mathis has no idea Remy LaVey is behind him. The bell sounds. This matchup just started. Believe it or not. And LaVey in the ring. LeRusso is doing everything he can to avoid Atticus Cogar. Double close. Wait, LeRusso just grabbed a merchandise attendant. That gentleman was behind the main event's merchandise table, and Atticus just went through him to get to LeRusso.
The one thing that I feel right now is I am safe that we are not near that action, because this is going to get violent in a hurry. Speaking of violence, I was going to think that with Atticus Cogar.
Atticus and LeRusso back in the ring. Gory got planted.
And Joe, something that I haven't been able to bring up. Let's talk about your relationship with Atticus. Where does that stand at this point?
Well, I mean, I don't think we're ever going to be on each other's Christmas card list, but I understand Atticus is fighting for family. I understand he's fighting for a cause I can get behind and understand. And Atticus, I think he's in the right in this situation. So I'm more than willing to support him, even if he's going to bite a chunk out of LeRusso. And I'll tell you what, there's been casualties already. That young man behind the merchandise table got obliterated. With Atticus and LeRusso fighting into the crowd a moment ago, there may be other casualties before we're done here. And to make another point about Atticus, BC, as it's Atticus and LeRusso back in the ring, 2 count only. Atticus blames LeRusso for tearing the Cogar brothers apart, the tag team and the family. They've not been the same since. Atticus's bandage, that bloody bandage on Atticus's head that Mathis just swung at, is as a result of Atticus in a wild fight with his brother Otis last night. All of that family turmoil started with Chris LeRusso, and the loser leaves premier matchup. Atticus has that weighing heavily on his mind here tonight.
Well, Joe, everybody can obviously attest to the fact that when you lose a family member, whether it be literally or figuratively, it can really weigh on you. It kind of affects everything you do going forward. But let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Cover in the ring here. Mathis gets 2.
The Cogars are responsible for Dropkick Dave and Uppercut Ulysses being gone from the world of professional wrestling. Nobody knows where they've been since. So you'd have to think that them losing a member is a bit of karma, in a sense, a bit of revenge. So in that aspect, it's almost like you've got the judge, jury, and executioner in LeRusso's court, is it not?
Well, I mean, as Atticus, LeRusso continues to run his mouth to Atticus. Dave and Ulysses aside, you can put a lot of names on that list of those that the Cogar brothers specifically, and the culmination generally, had taken out, had ruined the careers of, had changed the lives of. And I'm not excusing their past behavior. I'm not defending their past behavior. I'm just saying that the circumstances that led to the end of Otis Cogar's career were a little bit less than honorable, as the Pro Wrestling All-Star, Gannon Joe Jr., has his way with Atticus.
And I'll tell you, Gannon has that huge size advantage. We know Atticus won't back down. But you're in there with one half of the Premier Tag Team Champions.
And Atticus is being bent across that thick leg of one half of the Premier Tag Team Champions, Gannon Joe Jr. Atticus is still fighting.
Atticus isn't in a safe way right now. We found out that in the ring or outside of it, nobody's really safe when these 8 individuals are going at it.
And in comes the metahuman. 6'6" of Duke Davis. And Gannon passes off the suplex from one main eventer to another.
And Joe, that's not an easy maneuver to pull off. It's a transfer of weight that really isn't able to do when you're holding somebody up in the air.
And doing squats.
So that's even more impressive.
Duke is an absolute physical freak. And this could do 2 count only. Remy involved. BC, what would a win for either of these factions be?
Well, it would be a small matter of revenge for the culmination.
And look at the culmination's temper. working against them. It's 3 or 4 on 1 on Atticus.
And I mean, for LeRusso's court, they have the Premier Championship. They have the Tag Team Championship. I mean, it's just adding more salt in the wound, so to speak. Something that I'm sure Atticus would take personally.
Atticus takes everything personally. You talk about athletes with a temper, athletes with a grudge. Atticus was born with a grudge.
And hey, I'm not one to stir the pot, you know me, but maybe you'd have to look at Cornelius Crummels to blame. That could cause a little bit more friction here. This team that we see right now could only be temporary.
Well, Atticus up and over on Mathis, sunset flip. Mathis in a bad way, he's shoulders down. Could you imagine if Atticus pinned the Premier Champion, even in a tag team environment? Gotta leave Otis is in mind, but Mathis caught him. Great buster. Mathis on top. Hey, Gory involved. You know, BC, we went off the air last month with Gory and Atticus both making motion for that Premier Championship as if they both have it in their crosshairs.
Well, Joe, family is all well and good, friends are all well and good, stablemate is all well and good, but there's only one Premier Championship to go around. Atticus may want it, Gory may want it. You said Gory was within an eyelash of getting it, but the champion now, and as he would say, forever, is Ron Mathis. So yes, everybody's gunning for him, and it might be a cliche, but it's every man for himself when it comes to the Premier Championship, as long as it stays within LeRusso's court.
See, Atticus in a bad way right now. Atticus biting Duke. Anything he can to get free. Duke is dazed. Oh, missile drop kick and hurts. Compact and effective. Atticus in the Pele. Good grief.
Atticus just took out both members of the main event.
And Atticus tags in his one-time rival, Cornelius Crummels. Revenge in mind for his follow partner DeBarge's drop kick.
LeRusso's not looking good right now.
Tamikaze connects.
He's got no one to turn to, and oh, wait a minute.
Mathis involved. Tamikaze. No, nothing doing. Mathis elevates Crummels. TKO, nicely done. Here comes Gory.
Mathis was there to meet him.
Mathis is running the table, or so we thought. Q-A-S. Mathis gets landed.
But Gory needs to turn around.
And Bearded with a sidewalk slam. And Atticus picks his spot. As battered and beaten as Atticus is, counters the LeRusso thrust kick. LeRusso the knee. And the super kick connects. LeRusso back in control. Maybe not for long. And LeRusso maybe wishing we could just forget this whole thing. Got planted and tagged out into Duke Davis. Remy LaVey. Oh, maybe going sling blade, but can't get the big man over.
Oh, Remy right now is going to be going for a ride.
Choke slam. No! Remy's with DDT, and the fight's continuing on the floor. It is absolute chaos in Turner's Hall. Remy's got Duke pinned.
And Joe, I think we could add a pinfall. We saw Duke was spiked right on his head.
Duke, I don't think he's ever been dropped like that before. The official is trying to regain control on the outside. Remy's complaining and protesting.
Look, I mean, yes, it benefits LeRusso's court. You can't cry over spilled milk, but I will say I think Remy might have had a pinfall there.
And wait a minute now. What? That's a guy that got clocked at the merchandise table. The guy Atticus hit at the merchandise table earlier. Duke's on top of Remy. What in the hell is this? LeRusso's court just won.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the main event, Ron Mathis and Chris LeRusso, LeRusso's court.
Well, it seems like that's not just a merchandise table vendor. It seems that the court and the main event had a ringer in the bunch.
Well, Joe, I guess you could say since Atticus started it, this gentleman finished it, did he not? And you asked me earlier what a win for either of these teams would do for LeRusso's court. This adds so much more momentum than they already had going in, and I guess, wait a minute.
Premier Wrestling! I give to you the greatest collection of talent that Cleveland has ever seen! The premier champion, Ron Mathis! And Duke Davis, the main event! And the newest member of my court, I give to you the Iceman, Tony Johnson!
I'm familiar with that name in the tri-state area, Tony Johnson. That name carries a lot of weight, and apparently, LeRusso's got the numbers again. The culmination still wants to fight, but man, this thing's not over. It looks like, BC, we gotta raise the stakes in this turf war even further.
Well, we might just have to do that, but for the culmination and Cornelius Crummels, they're gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Everything is coming up Chris LeRusso and LeRusso's court.
There is no stopping the power and the stroke Chris LeRusso has with all the champions and all the control that goes with it.